opinions, stakeholders' analysis, and correspondent reports. Today on Atn Business. On foreign exchange, Naira closes at parallel market depreciating to 1,635 Naira. On finance, Transcorp Power now listed on Nigerian exchange. Wige, Dangote to name road after late financial icon. And on fraud, EFCC says bank assists 70% of financial crimes. This and many more we tend to bring your way after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Recorded again for a fourth consecutive day at the official window, but has however taken a dip at the parallel market. The Naira on the parallel market depreciated to 1,635 from 1,575. It has changed on over the weekend, representing 60 Naira decline. However, the official Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange appreciated yesterday, closing at 1,534.19 kobo, signifying a 14 Naira 6 kobo gain compared to 1,584.25 it closed on Friday. Notably, the daily turnover recorded stood at 178.63 million US dollars, indicating a 39.95% drop from the 296 million US dollars on Friday. Also, the highest spot rate yesterday was pegged at 1,600.75, while the lowest spot rate recorded was 1,425.35. All effort by the federal government to tame the skyrocketing prices of liquefied petroleum gas, otherwise known as cooking gas, had failed to impact the rate the product is sold in the open market, with a 5 kg cylinder selling for an average of 5,139.25 Naira in January. The latest data from the National Bureau of Statistics show that on a year-on-year basis, the price Nigerian buy LPG increased by 12% from 4,588.75 in January 2023. However, the last survey figures released by the MBS may have been obsolete now. We learned with the prices further rising substantially in February. The price of a 5 kg cylinder, checks show, now sells for as much as 6,500 Naira or more in several parts of the country, with a 1 kilogram hitting 1,300 Naira and above in recent times. In the same vein, a 12.5 kg now goes for as high as 16,250 Naira, 25 kg goes for 32,500 Naira, and 50 kg sells for 65,000 Naira, although there could be minor fluctuation in prices depending on where the product is bought. In November last year, the federal government announces the exemption of imported LPG and the equipment from the payment of customs duty and 7.5% value-added tax to crush the rising prices. Specifically, in the circular from the Ministry of Finance dated November 2028-2023, signed by the head of the ministry, Wali Edu, it said the exemption aligned with the President Bola Tinubu's commitment to increasing the supply of LPG to meet local demand, reducing market prices and promoting clean cooking practice. But since then, rather than reduce, the prices have gone even higher, putting already financially pressed Nigerians under even more intense pressure. Also, during midweek, the Minister of Petroleum Resources Gas, Mr. Ekperikpe Epo, said the federal government was considering halting the export of cooking gas to slow down the escalating prices of the product. Speaking on the sideline of our internal gas stakeholders workshop in Abuja, the minister said that government was deeply concerned about the increasing rates in the market. Epo stated that serious meetings were ongoing in the matter, including the current practice of selling gas in dollars, which has impacted prices, stating that Nigerians will begin to see changes soon. On the issue of LPG, we are interacting with the critical sectors to ensure that there is no exportation of LPG. All LPG produced within the country will have to be domesticated, he said. When press asked why the removal of the 5% VAT failed to impact the market, Epo said it is not going to reflect that way. We're dealing with human beings. We have made a policy, and these people, the investors, they want to maximize the profit that they are going to get from it. But at the end of the day, we have to come in That is why you have a regulator. We are interfacing with them to make sure they crash the price. We're meeting with them on a daily basis. Transcorp Power PLC has been listed in the Nigerian Exchange Limited more than 4 years ahead of the projection of the chairman of the board of directors of its parent company, Tolu Enumelu. On Monday, Transcorp Power listed by introduction 7.5 billion ordinary shares of 50 kobo each at 240 naira per share. The listing of the power firm share will add about 1.8 trillion to the market capitalization of the local bourse. Enumelu, the chairman of the indigenous conglomerate Traditional Corporation PLC, Transcorp, the parent company of Transcorp Power, had in April 2023 affirmed plans to list Transcorp Power within 5 years, provided transmission lines and gas supply to the power sector improve significantly. He said, we're looking at about 5 years from now to release Transcorp Power because we believe transmission lines will have been fixed and the gas supply to the power sector will have improved significantly. Speaking during the closing ceremony to commemorate the listing, Enumelu said that the firm was out to improve the lives of people by boosting access to electricity. Today, we supply electricity to millions of Nigeria and we support ECOWAS through the West African Power Pool. We can do more, and that's why we have come to the capital market, he stated. Chairman of the NGS Group, Dr. Umaru Kangaragas, expressed delight at the listing, said it would boost the market cap. He encouraged other energy companies to follow suit and list on the exchange. At the fact-finding behind the listing presentation, the MD CEO of Transcorp Power, Peter Ikenga, projected an annual revenue of over 500 billion naira by 2031, as 2023 revenue stood at 142.1 billion naira. The listing of Transcorp Power will also provide competition for Geregu Power, which is majorly owned by billionaire businessman Femi Otedola. It was listed on the NGX in 2022, and its market capitalization as of Friday stood at 2.44 trillion naira, with its share price at naira 77 in 2023. Transcorp Power became the first power generation company to be discharged from post-acquisition monitoring by the Bureau of Public Enterprise, having satisfied the requirement of the post-acquisition plan compliance. Transcorp Power is a single cycle of 972 megawatt installed capacity power generating plant located in Ughelli, Delta State, the largest gas-fired power generation station in the country. In Nigerian urgent economic revamp, its workforce empowerment, revenue generation, improvement of nationalization and international hope is certainly not a plan. Historically, bold economic reforms and their discipline enforcement remain twin weapon, great tools, progressive nations, deployed to change the narrative of economic infamy as well as fast-track stability. As it were, on February 27, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu boldly launched the Expatriate Employment Levy, EL, and handbook at the State House Council Chambers, Abuja. The flagship policy project will be operated on a public-private partnership, PPP, model between the federal government of Nigeria, represented by the Ministry of Interior as a guarantor, with the Nigerian Immigration Service, NIS, as implementing agency. The levy, scheduled to commence on Friday, March 15, 2024, comes as part of the government effort to bolster the nation's economy and empower its workforce. At the well-attended launch event, the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, and Chairman of the Senate Committee on Interior, Senator Adams Shomole, were among other dignitaries, clearly as the country continues to navigate the complexity of globalization and economic disruptions. The EL indisputably remains a vital instrument for shaping a prosperous and sustainable future for all its citizens. According to President Tinubu at the launch of the EL project and handbook in Abuja, I've been further assured that the project has the capacity of plugging loopholes and gaps that have bedeviled the country in dealing with security challenges, movement of foreigners in and out of the country. Interestingly, this scheme will wield the draft fold of revenue generation, as well as addressing employment challenges and salary gaps attended in the remuneration of expatriate workers as compared to Nigerian counterpart. There will be a clear line of implementation and effective acceleration of aims and objectives of this program. Immigration matters and expatriate quotas and relevant stakeholders have to be effectively guided to make Nigeria the focus of the objective of this EL. Therefore, it is my honor that the handbook of the EL is hereby launched. Ahead of the implementation of the EL, stakeholders across various sectors are not surprisingly optimistic of its potential to catalyze positive change in the nation's economy, targeting promotion of local content and fostering sustainable growth. The levy represents a significant step towards achieving long-term prosperity and self-reliance for Nigeria and its citizens. This new initiative is also expected to generate revenue for the government, improve nationalization, digitization, and increase employment opportunities for Nigerians, with foreign companies and operating in the country. Balance employment opportunities between Nigerians and expatriates, close wage gaps between the expatriate and the Nigerian labor force, and facilitate knowledge transfer to grow the economy. By this employment of local talent, the government aims to create a more sustainable and inclusive economy, reducing dependency on external sources of specialized skills. Corporate Nigerian and some political titans turned up yesterday to celebrate the life and times of the late Chief Executive Officer of Access Corporation PLC, Dr. Herbert Wigwe, who all of them described as a heavy giant, in an emotion-laden night of tribute with touching memories. Dignitaries from the public and private sectors led by African richest man, Aliko Dangote, Minister of Finance, Wale Edu, governors of Lagos and Ogun State, Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN Governor, and Bank Chief Executive sang praises of the late Bank Chief. Wigwe, 57-year-old, who was also MD CEO Access Bank PLC, died in a helicopter crash in the United States of America on February 9, alongside his wife, Chizoba Wigwe, and his son, Chizi Wigwe, and former President, Nigeria Exchange, Mr. Abimbola Ogunbanjo. Other dignitaries at the event include President of African Development Bank, AFDB, Adesina Akunwimwe, Chairman Zenith Bank PLC, Jim Ovia, Chairman of Conventional Capital, Mr. Aiboje Agimukode, CEO GT Holdings PLC, Shegun Agbaje, CEO of First Bank Nigeria Limited, Adesola Adeduton, and the Charter President, Charter Institute of Bankers Nigerian President, CIBN, Mr. Ken Opara. In his tribute, Dangote described late Herbert Wigwe as a loyal friend and a pillar of support for him and his family. Fighting to hold back tears, Dangote narrated how late Herbert encouraged him in his business pursuit. Dangote proscribed the late Herbert as a visionary role model with courage second to none. I'm proud to name him my devoted friend, mentee, and supporter. I will forever cherish the warmth of his friendship, Dangote said. Dangote also disclosed plans to immortalize the late banker by naming the road to Dangote Refinery as Herbert Wigwe Road. The House is set to issue a warrant of arrest on executive members of Binance Group, owners of cryptocurrency platform, who were absent at the investigative hearing held on Monday at the National Assembly. Chairman of the Committee on Financial Crimes, Ginger Onwusibe, made the disclosure on Monday in Abuja during the investigative hearing against Binance Group over various allegations ranging from financing of terrorism, money laundering, tax evasion, among others, by Nigeria Delta Council and Empowerment for Unemployed Youth Initiative. The House, through a Committee on Financial Crimes, had issued an invitation twice to Binance Group, but had legal representatives which, according to the committee, is against the norms of the Parliament. The executive member of the group was present at the hearing on Monday. According to the legal representative of Binance, Senator Iheven, the inability of the executive members to appear before the House Committee was due to the arrest of two executive members of Binance, the National Security Advisor, and are still in custody, hence the reason for the absence before the committee.
The situation that Binance had been faced with, particularly in the last 7 days, had forced a very, very difficult situation on it. What has happened, Mr. Chairman, is that two Binance executives who came into the country were arrested by another Nigerian authority, specifically the National Security Advisor Office. And since then till date, these two Binance executives are still in custody. For this reason, it has been difficult, extremely difficult, for the global board of Binance to mobilize other executive members of the company to Nigeria, because there is genuine concern about their safety and security. And so this is the situation that we have been forced to contend with.
Committee, Issa Dongoyaro moved a motion calling the committee to evoke legislative powers through the House to issue a warrant of arrest on the management of Binance Finance. Chairman of the committee, Onwusibe, who put the motion to voice vote, which was adopted, noted that the Green Chamber will issue a warrant of arrest on Binance over various allegations leveled against them, ranging from financing of terrorism, tax evasion, amongst others.
Report back to the House so that the House may invoke its constitutional power to subpoena Binance to be brought before it so I can answer these questions for Nigerians. I believe we are just dragging our feet. Binance is not here. You have written, you have given us the synopsis. Mr. Chairman, let's do the proper thing. Let the House take leadership of this issue. Let Nigerians be in the forefront of what is going on. There's nobody better than the House. I so move.
Recommend to the House of Reps to invoke his powers, his constitutional powers, by issuing a subpoena and also issuing an act for Binance executives to be arrested and brought to this committee to answer these questions. Questions relating to the financing of terrorism, money laundering, and other financial crimes as stated in the petition, including evasion of tax. That's the position of this committee. Binance has been operating in the financial space of this country for more than 6 years now. They have no less than 20 million Nigerians on their platform they exploited.
Labour Party presidential candidate in the last election says it is his volume as to the future to cater for his people. In a tweet posted on X, formerly Twitter, on Monday, Obi said that this development underscores a national disgrace that stems from years of leadership failure, necessitating urgent reflection and reordering of our national priorities and resources, management and allocation. According to him, this act to arrest generosity of spirit of the people of Ukraine, one which Obi says should earn them greater global solidarity. However, the former Anambra State governor stressed that a decision like this emphasizes vigorously the importance of sound political leadership as the first concrete requirement for any nation desiring to develop and enhance the standard of living of its citizenry. In his view, it's heartening that Nigeria, which once was an economically confident nation, blessed with vast arable land and abundant natural resources, now relies on the war-torn Ukraine food assistance. In 2015, Ukraine's GDP per capita was $2,125,000 compared to Nigeria's $2,660. By 2022, despite Ukraine GDP per capita exceeded $4,000, while Nigerians request to $2,194. Ukraine cultivates over 60% of its arable land, whereas Nigeria has over 60% uncultivated arable land. Justice Lewis Alagwa of the Federal High Court in Lagos on Monday struck out the charge against 19 bureau de change operators following the withdrawal of the case. The suspects are Ibrahim Jubril, Abdullahi Abubakar, Ibrahim Hassan, Adamu Isiaka, Ibrahim Abdurrahman, Jubril Hassan, Mohammed Iswaka, Mohammed Aminu, and Adamu Ibrahim. Others are Hassan Amadu, Salisu Hamidu, Mahmoud Mohammed, Muitala Usman, Hassan Yakubu, Abdullahi Kabiru, and Ali Saddam, Almadu Yusuf, Abdullahi Hassan, and Alaji Sido. The defendants were charged with conspiracy, lawful operation of a forest trading as BDC operators without a license from regulatory agencies and deriving various sums of money from such unauthorized trading. They were said to have committed the offense around February 21st within the Lagos metropolis. When the case was called, Umaru Bello from the State Criminal Investigation Department, Panti, announced appearance for the prosecution. He told the court that he would not be proceeding with the arraignment of the suspect. Justice Alagwa accordingly struck out the charge. And that's the much we can take on our business news for the day. Thank you so much for joining us on ATN Business Live from Atlantic Television Network. My name is Treasure Timidari.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.